Those candidates coming up in just moments. Meanwhile, Fox News alert here. The accused gunman in that deadly anti-Semitic shooting rampage at a Pittsburgh synagogue will be in federal court this morning. Robert Bowers has been indicted on 44 criminal counts. David Lee Miller is live in Pittsburgh this morning. David, what are the specific charges? We don't have him right at this moment, but this is something that we've been waiting for. The shooting suspect now facing 44 different counts due in court today. So we'll likely get more breaking news on this. David Lee, what do you have for us this morning?
What?
It's not us. On their end.
Sandra, as I was going to say, Bowers is charged with federal hate crimes, including 11 counts of murder. Now, the statute for hate crimes could be significant if and when he's convicted and sentencing becomes an issue. Now, among some of the specific charges today, there are 11 counts: obstruction of free exercise of religious beliefs resulting in death. Also, 11 counts of use and discharge of a firearm to commit murder during and in relation to a crime of violence. Some of the other charges deal with failed attempts to kill members of the congregation as well as police. In addition to the 11 people who died, remember that 6 others were wounded. And the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, who could ultimately decide if Bowers is to face the death penalty if convicted, is saying, quoting now, "These alleged crimes are incomprehensibly evil and utterly repugnant to the values of this nation." He went on to say that this case is important not just to the victims, their families, and the city of Pittsburgh, but, Sandra, to the nation as a whole. Back to you.
David Lee Miller. By the way, what do we expect to happen in court today when we see him?
We expect that during this arraignment, the defendant, Robert Bowers, is going to be asked to enter a plea. You might recall that a few days ago, on Monday, he had a court appearance before a federal magistrate. That was before he was indicted. At that time, he asked for an attorney to be appointed for him. The prosecution says that at the hearing today, it is likely going to present some of the evidence against Bowers. And the indictment spells out some of the details. The indictment says that he entered the synagogue with multiple weapons. And there's also some specificity here. It gives the serial number of some of those weapons, among them 3 .357 Glock handguns and a Colt AR-15 rifle. The indictment also says that a shotgun was recovered at the crime scene. And lastly, Sandra, the indictment also specifically makes mention of the fact that Bowers made statements during the assault about his desire to, quote, kill Jews. We expect that this arraignment is going to get underway 10 o'clock Eastern Time, about 50 minutes or so. We'll be inside. Back to you.
We'll be watching for all of that. A rainy Pittsburgh morning there. Thank you.
10 minutes past Fox News alert now. We might